Okay. Yo, what it do, Ultimate Hustlers, Digital Empire Builders? Listen, man, I want to challenge you today to start seeing money differently. That's right. It's been a long time since I hollered at y'all on a Sunday, but resting and enjoying this cool breeze. And someone posted something in a Facebook group that I want to share with you. And I hope that I can encourage you to change the way that you see money. Change the way that you look at money. When you change the way that you see money, then you're going to change the way that you behave with money, right? So hustle on in here, man. Click that like button, click that share button. Go ahead and comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. I would love to know what it is that you guys got going on. As you know, I believe the shortest distance between poverty and wealth, just like the shortest distance between any 2 points, is a straight line. And the shortest distance between poverty and wealth is a straight line called entrepreneurship. So let me get right down to business. And if you guys disagree, you can say so. One of the things that I love about where I'm going in my spiritual journey is the understanding that A, I don't got nothing to prove. B, that you can disagree with me and we can still be friends, right? In fact, I don't want you to what research and bless my spirit this morning. So let me just put this on the screen real quick. Before I do that, let me take this opportunity to say to each and every one of you guys that took time to wish thank you so much. It's really, I appreciate it, right? I felt the love, and I thank you so much for taking time to wish me a happy birthday. And if you didn't send me a text, if you didn't post it on my timeline, you thought about me on my birthday, I appreciate that as well. So let me share with you what kind of spawned today's conversation. So as you can see, someone posted this in one of our groups, right? It says the average rent is $2,000 in America, and we're supposed to make 3 times the rent, which is $6,000, which is $72,000 a year. The average salary in the U.S. is $51,000. The math ain't mathing, right? So I want y'all to understand something. When you understand what this country was built and founded on, I think it'll help you see money differently. See, they say the math isn't mathing because they're looking at salary as the principal way to bring in income. That's not what this country was designed for. That's not what it was built on, right? The average salary is $51,000. The average rent is $2,000. And they're saying the math don't add up, right? The purpose of money, the purpose of currency in any fiat system is for that money, that currency, to be used as a tool to do what? To transform it into capital and cash flow. I want y'all to understand this. This will help y'all look at money in a different way. And when you see money differently, you can't help but behave differently with money. The purpose of money, currency in a fiat system, is for you to use that money, that currency, and as quickly as possible, transfer it from currency into capital and cash flow. That means the reason you're going to work on your job is to get access to currency, not to do what Americans are doing with it. Working class people, because of marketing, because of systems of education, because of a lot of different factors, we've been taught to turn our salary or any money that we get our hands on into debt. No. Earning our money, any money that we get, right? There's only one wealth building formula: cash, asset, cash. Every time you get your hands on some cash, you turn that into some sort of asset that's going to bring you more cash. So when you go to work on your job, Yes, I know you've got to have food, clothing, shelter, and entertainment, health. I know all of that, right? But you should be looking at, after I take care of my basic necessities, how can I take this money and turn it into capital, turn it into cash flow, turn it into some sort of asset or business enterprise. When you start looking at your money that way, it changes everything for you, right? We've got to stop turning our salaries into debt, right? Yeah, the pulled up that says instead of it's out and just on her. I have grown 21, the oldest will be 30 in September. Instead of us doing what society has told us to do, put them out and let them fend for themselves, let them figure things out on their own. No. What happens if we keep them closer to the vest? What happens if, instead of me putting my oldest son out when he was 23, what if I said, listen, you're the oldest, you've got the first job, his brother under him is 2 years under, so he was in college at the time. Say, I'm not going to put you out, but here's what we're going to do. Me, you, and your mother, we're going to pool our resources. At the time I was working a job, probably doing about $5,000 or $6,000 a month gross. My wife was probably doing $4,000 or $5,000 a month gross, and he was doing a couple $1,000s a month gross. Instead of me putting him out, I should have been saying, hey, let's look at starting the process of practicing group economics, right? Between the three of us, we may bring about, after taxes, we bring in about $8,000 per month, right? $9,000 per month. How much does it cost us to live? Now, because we're the oldest three, we have to look at the care for the other four. So how much does it cost to feed, clothe, house, shelter, entertain, and keep healthy all seven of us? Okay, if we got $9,000 a month and we can feed, clothe, house, shelter, entertain all seven of us for $4,000 per month, what can we do with the other five to turn it into capital and cash flow? We got to change the way we see things. The definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Since I was young, my mom was young, my mom's mom was young, my mom's mom was young, we subscribe to this same thing that says, hey, when your child is 18 to 21, it's time for them to get off the out of the nest, right? No, it's time for them and us to start building an empire, building a kingdom, right? Especially if you're a Christian, we should be about building God's kingdom on this earth. So I'm hoping that I'm getting uh, how you acquire the money. The purpose of that money is to turn that money into capital, some sort of business enterprise, or some sort of cash flowing asset or appreciating asset, right? That's the goal. That's what we should be doing. So now I'm bringing all my sons to the fold like, hey, man, listen, we got to go do something different, right? And I have to be man enough to say, hey, I follow tradition and I set us back 10 years, but here's how I'm going to lead us out of this hole that I set us back to. She said, I lost you. Hopefully, Stephanie, you are back, but it is about the storm. So it's getting bad out here. But hopefully you guys are hearing me. Some of this stuff is coming through. If not, I'll have to do this again, maybe inside later. But at the end of the day, you have to know that here's the game plan. Here's the goal. Take your money, however you get it, whether you get it through business, whether you get it through a job, whether you get it through inheritance. The key is figure out how to take all of some, if not all of that money and turn it into capital and cash flow. What is capital? Capital is appreciating assets, right? Business enterprise, land, things that could be liquidated, right? And your money has the opportunity to you. Then cash flowing assets. What can you do with that money and put it into systems that will kick you out monthly cash flow, right? Rental properties are one of the things that comes to mind. But man, in today's technological age, it's not just about rental properties. Think about renting your car, right? Buying a separate car, putting it on one of the ride share and